everybody. You are listening to the Girls of 309 podcast. This is a podcast where we are going to talk about all things Disney, from the theme parks to the movies to characters to our experience working there. Thank you for listening with us. My name is Annalicia, and I'm joined here by
Ash
and Shelby
and Stephanie.
In this episode, we're going to do kind of a little introduction so you can kind of get a feel of who we are and how we all became friends and everything. And just wanted to preface this episode that we are going to talk about adult things and potentially cuss. So if you are little ears, please don't listen to this video. It's for the young at heart only. Young at heart. So real quick, we'll do introductions. So I'm going to have everybody say their name, where they're from, and what role we did in the Disney College program, which is where we all met. So once again, my name is Annalicia. I am from New Mexico, and my job was to drive the Kilimanjaro safari trucks in the Animal Kingdom.
My name is Ash, or Ashley. I am originally from the Midwest, so that explains the accent, in Illinois specifically, but now I live in Central Florida, so I'm out here living my best Disney life. My role was a custodian in Magic Kingdom. I worked mostly in Fantasyland, sometimes in Tomorrowland.
And I am Shelby. I am from Memphis, Tennessee, which maybe also explains my accent. And I was also a custodian in Magic Kingdom, but I was at the resorts. My home resort was the Grand Floridian Resort and Spa.
Hey y'all, I'm Stephanie and I'm from Georgia. I'm just kidding. I don't sound like that at all. But I am from Georgia. And I'm actually living in Mexico City now. And I was a character attendant at Animal Kingdom. So I got the pleasure of escorting the characters on and off set and helping them while they're on set. Got to work with Mickey, Minnie, Baloo, Pocahontas, characters like that in Animal Kingdom.
Yeah. So we all met back in February of 2014 in the Disney College program. Oh my God, it feels like forever ago when I said
So long.
Year. Oh my God.
Almost 10 years.
Yeah, next year will be 10 years that we have been best friends, and so happy. So lucky. So lucky. Anyway, so we're gonna start off with the day that we met. So you guys, what was your guys' first impressions when we first met each other, first walking into our dorm? What did you guys think?
Angels.
Miracles from heaven. Well, I think so. Something kind of funny happened is that we had to arrive at Vista Way on our first day to get, I can't remember, did they give us our assignments that day also, as well as our apartment assignment? Or had we already
had
gotten
our
those
assignments in an email before, but maybe they gave us a specific area that we were going to be working in.
Yeah, we found out where we'd be working that day.
Okay. Yeah. That's what it was. But they gave us this little Disney College program planner, and on the back of it there was a sticker with your apartment number. So I'm waiting in line to get that book in my apartment number, and I start chatting to someone next to me, and I just remember thinking oh, this is cool. I think we're gonna be friends, and I've met someone who feels like a safe person, you know? And so then we get to the end of the line, and we're like, oh, what apartment did you get? So we both kind of flip over our books in this movie magic moment, and in unison we say 309. That's not how it happened. But I think one of us was like 309 and the other looked down and were like, wait a second, I'm in 309 too. And it was
me.
just, it was Ashley. It was her. And God, I'll never forget that moment. And I'm still like shocked by it.
It's so wild. Like there was so many people checking in that day.
So many people. So
They
many
literally
people.
had us meeting like at 7 a.m. to like start like filtering through people and like, oh, what's your name? So and so, go to that table over there. They're gonna give you your packet and like your stuff, and then you go and they're like, here you go find your apartment. And you're just like, okay. It's very stressful.
It was, and you're like, the apartment complex was a pretty good sized property too, and they really did just like turn us loose. And we're like,
yes!
look.
I felt really bad for because like our apartment ended up being kind of towards the like front-ish.
Yeah.
Like right in between the front and where the like clubhouse was. And so I felt like, oh, this is the like perfect spot because I knew some people who were like way in the back. And the people who dropped off their like they dropped them off and their luggage at the front, and so they were carrying around their suitcases, having to go all the way to the back. So I felt like it was luck.
It was. Yeah, so we both came into the apartment and Annalicia and Stephanie were there already, and I think that the assumption was that we had come in as friends already.
Yeah.
When actually none of us had ever met before and we were randomly put together.
Yeah, I remember being like, "Oh, do you wanna switch so that way you guys can be rooming together?" And you guys were like, "Nah, we just met." But it's okay. I feel like it worked out better that way because of like our personalities and stuff. And so we got to be really well mixed, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, because like me and Shelby are similar in personality, and then Annalise and Steph are similar. Annalise and Steph are more outgoing and just kind of go with the flow and happy bubbly, and me and Shelby we have anxiety. More introverted and just relaxed, and so it worked out that we kind of got to flip-flop, and then we got to kind of bounce off of each other, and you know, we're all besties and we all obviously work together so well, but I feel like that helped kind of mix it together really well.
Yeah, it was good. And also Annalise and I had more similar work schedules and y'all had more similar work schedules. So we still got to hang out, even though we weren't roommates. So it worked out well.
Yeah.
And I got to have naps when Ashley wasn't home. So.
I remember walking in and thinking like you were dead because you had the pillow completely over your face.
I took the best naps when working at the Disney College program because I was so tired. It was so hot, but I would just like lay in the Florida sun like coming through the window, and I would just pass out. And I slept so great.
Ain't no nap like a Disney nap.
Exactly.
Yeah, for reals. If you're just walking through the park or if you're working there, like, you just need a nap. Disney makes you need a nap. Yeah. So after we all met each other, we ended up like getting together and we kind of discussed some like ground rules, I guess, and set some really healthy boundaries. And then the rest is history. We were friends forever.
But do y'all remember the first night what we did? Like right off the bat, we just like went into it. We played Cranium together. It was so much fun. I was like, these girls know how to like have quality time. Like, I need this in my life.
Nothing will bond you. Oh, sorry, Annalicia.
You're good.
I was gonna say nothing bonds people like Cranium because you have to do the weirdest things. So you immediately. It's a game that's made to make you friends or enemies.
So true. So true.
Yes.
I think Ashley like had to act out Superman. She like put her underwear over her clothing.
You gotta do what you gotta do, okay?
Wonderful.
That was great.
I remember I was trying to. There was like a part of the game where you draw, but your eyes are closed, but everyone else can see what you're drawing. And I was trying to draw bulletproof vest, and so I drew the vest part. But when I drew the gun, everyone was like, penis naked?
That's so right.
Because my gun looked very phallic. It's like something has gone awry.
Oh my goodness.
We put
Hey,
that on
when
our
you're
report.
18.
Hey, anything goes. Maybe we're adults now.
How old? I came in at 18. How old was everyone else coming in?
I think I was 19.
That's math.
Yeah.
I would have been.
I mean, how old are you now?
I would have been. I would have
I'm
been
28.
I turned
29.
20 midway through because we were in February.
Okay.
My birthday's in April. So yeah, midway through I turned 20. None of us were of drinking age yet. So
No,
we had all
we were
this fun
babies.
completely sober.
And we were goody two shoes, so we didn't even try to drink.
Yes.
We were like, ow.
No,
Yeah, we were like fresh out of our parents' house or fresh out of, college
Yeah.
dorm life, and just like, this is our first job for some of us, our first time living away from our home state. So it was a big
Mhm.
deal.
Yeah. Some of us didn't know how to cook, so we were just eating cereal for meals.
I ate
Some of
mac
us
and
just like
cheese.
cereal.
Some of us.
I still eat cereal a lot.
I was eating mac
I'm
and
not downing
cheese,
it.
like the little bowls, and then like a PBJ every day for lunch. Because one, we were poor, two, I didn't know how to cook. So
Yeah, that's fair.
Lunchables. Going back to the roots. So that was kind of our first day. So what is all of your guys' like, what's a like really fond memory of like our college program of all of us? I'll go first. So one time, we all had the day off, and I forget who had suggested that we do this, but someone suggested let's dress up like pirates. And well, at first they said like, hey, have you guys heard of this thing in Adventureland where you go around following the pirate map that's in Adventureland? And some of us had heard of it, some of us hadn't. I hadn't yet. And so I was like, no, let's do it. Let's go. I wanted to experience everything involving Disney. And someone was like, what if we dressed up as pirates? And I was like, say less. I'm figuring out my outfit right now. And so the night came and we all dressed up as pirates, and we actually all looked very different as far as like what pirates look like. We were very like variety of different pirates. It was great. And so we went to Adventureland and we followed all of the treasure maps that were along the way. And I remember distinctly because I kept on like seeing the map and being like, I know exactly where that is. And then we would continue on, and then it would tell you like where to go next, and I'd be like, "Oh, I know where that is." And then we would go again. And there was one point in time where someone said, "Like, I bet Annalisa knows where this is," before I could say it, and I was like, "Oh!" But we found all of the maps, and we completed the quest that it had for us, and we took pictures in our cool pirate outfit. And I think is that the same night? I think me and Stephanie, we actually went to see Tinkerbell. I have pictures of us seeing Tinkerbell in our pirate costumes.
Those
Right
are great
afterwards.
pictures.
And it was the first time I ever met Tinkerbell, and she is my favorite character. So that night, just that entire night was just the best, and I loved it, and I cherish that memory forever. Someone else talk now. What was your guys' favorite memory?
That was also one of my favorite memories, but another one actually is more recent from our trip that all four of us got to go on together to Disney World again in January of 2022. Is that when we went?
Sounds right.
Yeah.
I think that's
weird.
right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we all got to go to Disney World again. And when we went to Magic Kingdom, we went to the I forget what it's called in the front where you get the buttons, like community hall or
relations.
something.
Yeah.
Guest relations,
Yeah.
whatever. We went to get buttons because we were celebrating like our friendship, and so the buttons say I'm celebrating, and then the cast member like fills in what you're celebrating, and so they're like, oh, what are you guys celebrating? And we were just kind of like, and I was being stupid, and I went, friendship. And so then they wrote that down on the buttons. I'm celebrating friendship. And so then we wore them the rest of the trip And then all the cast members just like were so enamored by that and thought it was so cute. So they all commented like, "Oh my gosh, congratulations, friendship! I love that." Just because I was being an idiot, but they just loved it and it was so funny. But we were celebrating our friendship because we love each other.
Yes.
Yes.
I think that's the most attention that I've gotten, like with one of those buttons on.
Mm-hmm.
Being in the parks
Really?
was,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm pretty sure.
You should
Guess
try
it was just
with
something
the
different.
birthday.
Yeah, something they don't see. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think in that exact same trip, we saw Gaston, and he got a celebrating button. And I don't know if it was to make fun of us or not, but he said because it's not a ponytail, Gaston has a stallion tail. And so he said, I'm celebrating my stallion tail.
Oh my goodness.
Because I have that button too, and it's right next to my celebrating friendship button.
Oh, I didn't remember that. That's so funny.
Oh, yeah. What's a memory you do remember?
There are so many. We decided one day to go to Cocoa Beach. I can't remember if you guys felt this way, but I remember thinking like, we're in Florida, but where are all the beaches? Because as an 18-year-old, my assumption was that if you were in Florida, there was a beach everywhere. And we had to drive, I think it's like an hour away or something. But we get to the beach, we're like stoked and just spending time in the water. We put sunscreen on, but none of us reapplied sunscreen, which led to a lot of sunburn because we were there for hours.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, on the way home, there's a picture of me and Ashley knocked out in the back seat. That's really cute. And I think, Annalicia, you said that Stephanie was knocked out in the front.
Yep, it was all me, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I didn't mind. I
Thank
had
God
the Disney
she got us
music
home
blasting in my
safely.
ear.
Yes. And poor Ashley had to call in the next few days because her sunburn was so bad.
I'm not even sure that I put on sunscreen at all.
No.
I'm in esthetician school now, learning about skin and taking care of your skin, so I know how horrible what damage I did to myself. But I had like quarter-sized blisters all over my shoulders for like
remember
We're
3
so
days.
bad.
It was. I'm
remember-
surprised I didn't get sun poisoning.
I
Did
can't believe
you,
it.
Like put like tea bags or something like on your blisters to try to like that was like a remedy you looked up online.
Yeah, like black tea or something. I
was-
read
yeah.
helped, and I was like soaking washcloths in it, and like setting them on
Oh.
my shoulders. It was
Yeah,
bad, guys.
It was that bad.
Wear your sunscreen, please.
It's
Especially in
hilarious
Florida.
Because,
Yeah.
yeah. It's hilarious because down here in like New Mexico, like everyone kind of just gets tanned, and I thought that people who get red, that was like an exaggeration that happened in like movies.
We're white, Annalicia. We're ghost white.
We're very pale.
I hadn't seen that happen. Like I saw like people's face turn red or whatever, but it went away like after, being in the shade for like an hour or two. No, I woke up the next day and I saw your guys' skin and I was like, this is real? This happens? Oh my god. It was horrifying.
But it was a fairy tale.
She's like, I'm living with monsters.
But that was a really fun beach trip. I remember, I hope it's okay if I recall this memory, but I remember you guys were like fixing your hair in the water and you guys like George Washington.
You have to do the old George Washington.
Yeah.
Flipped it over
Flip
like a
your
little
hair.
colonial wig.
Listeners, I know you've done that. Don't deny it.
Do
Everybody's
not
done it.
tell me. Exactly. Everyone gets in water and immediately it's like, I've got to flip my hair.
When you try to do the like Little Mermaid like hair flip, but your hair
But you look like George Washington instead.
That was great. What about you, Steph? Do you have any memories?
Yeah, I have several. One, for sure, one of the coolest things about working at Disney and having amazing roommates is that after work sometimes, especially at Animal Kingdom, we got off usually at around 7 p.m. pretty early. So we could still go to the other parks before they closed. And our favorite ride was Rock and Roller Coaster. So we'd go to Hollywood Studios and people would be in the shows. So the lines would be super short. We could ride in the last hour before the park closed, like 3 times sometimes, just over and over, Rock and Roller Coaster. And we try to get our favorite song because the song changes every time. So that was so much fun. I loved that we got to do that.
It literally is like just a walk on to get on. And I love those memories. And I'm so glad that you're super into roller coasters because I don't know if it's Shelby or Ashley, but I know one of you guys are super not into roller coasters.
Oh, so actually, I'm super not.
Stephanie. That is Stephanie.
Oh my God.
But Disney changed me, as in, like, I trust Disney coasters. They're not too bad. And I like Rock and Roller. I don't like big drops. So Rock and Roller Coaster is awesome because it does that little loop-de-loop and just, like, little drops and, like, another kind of spiral loop. And I just love that. It's so much fun. So, yeah, that's one of my favorite memories. And another favorite memory is when I think Shelby and I had the day off and we were just, like, kind of sitting around twiddling our thumbs. We were like, we don't have much money to do anything, but we're bored. So I was like, why don't we go to the dollar store and just see what we can get for like $5 or whatever we have in our pocket. So we go to the dollar store and we bought like these little rubber snakes and we bought like these googly eyes. And we go home. I don't even know what we were doing, but we put like googly eyes on all of the refrigerated goods. So when you open the fridge, everything's looking at you. And we had like these 2 snakes and we named them Samson and Delilah. They just snuck out on the table. I don't know why.
You were teasing.
Yeah, they were together.
Yeah, they were.
From work. And I opened the fridge for a snack, and I just see all of these eyes staring back up at me, and I was just like, And the next day I was like, did you guys do that? And you guys were like, yeah, we were bored.
Yeah.
There's a lot of highs and lows when you work at Disney, and so you have to do things to get yourself through some days.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Anybody else? Any other memories we wanted to share?
I do want to bring up one thing that I thought about was like Stephanie mentioned we didn't make a lot of money when we worked there. I think at the time the minimum wage was maybe $7.25
or $7.25, something like that.
And they took our rent out of our paychecks, so it was really like pretty minimal. But when it was a good night, we would go to Waffle House, and that was like our regular splurge was Waffle House dinners. And we used to joke, I mean, it was a Waffle House, and there would be like little bugs along the window sills. We used to joke that we only the finest dinners had bugs with them also.
Yes.
So, but we also just had a blast.
That actually reminded me of another memory, if it's okay if I share it.
Yeah.
So we went to Waffle House, and granted, this is like after I think Ashley got off of work, which was like at 1 a.m. So we were you get to that point where you're so tired that everything is hilarious. So it was probably funnier at the time than what I'm recalling it, but just stick with me here. So Ashley was like, if you put the butter underneath the waffle, it melts the butter. So it's easier to spread.
Like the little container.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what she meant. I didn't get that. I didn't, comprehend to put the, those little peel away containers that are tiny and they've got that little tiny cube of butter or whatever. That's what she put underneath the waffle to heat it up. I opened the container, I got the butter, and I was, lifting my waffle. trying to smear the butter at the bottom of the waffle.
I looked over and I was like, Alicia, what are you doing?
But there was this moment where there's this moment where she stops and just waits and kind of looks up. Ashley said if you put it under there, it'll melt. So she's just waiting.
Yeah, the point was like making it easier to just like pour the butter on top of the waffle, but she like made it so much harder for herself.
It was.
Also, why wouldn't you just spread it on the top and then flip it?
We
just peeled it up and put it underneath.
And Annalicia, you are so earnest about everything you do. Like there's so like you're such a genuine person. So you put so much like care into
so confident that this is what we were doing. This is what we were talking about. I was doing it, not even giving like, this is how you do it. Like, I'm such a cool person. And then when I did think to myself, like, all right, I'm going to just set it there so that way it melts just like how she said. And when I did look up, you all were staring at me. Like, I was the weirdest person ever. It was so great. Oh my god.
Keep in mind that Annalicia is an engineer, so her brain is probably like, she's the smartest of all of us. But
She's so
she
intelligent.
She is.
Sometimes the brain doesn't work, and 1 o'clock in the morning is those times.
That's fair. Totally.
And Ashley, I believe one of those nights, one of the Waffle House nights, was when we went looking for a party at Vista Way.
Oh man. Yeah, we have to tell them about Vista Way. It has a reputation.
Yeah, Vista Way was the lowest of the choices for housing. There's multiple different options. Ours was the cheapest, to be fair, so that was nice. But yeah, Vista Way had a reputation. It was Vista Lay for some people, Vista Way for some people. It was, it had a reputation for partying and hooking up, I guess. I don't know what
we didn't know about that.
No.
We
Like
were children.
Said, we're goody two shoes. We didn't know about that stuff.
Yeah, we were like partiers and stuff, but do you guys remember the hot tub was filled in with concrete by the time we got there, right?
Yeah. It was during our program. It was there when we got there, and in the middle of the program, they were like, we gotta get rid of this thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of rumors about what went down in that hot tub.
Yeah, I don't know if people were like catching diseases or what, but they were like, we gotta stop. But anyways, me and Shelby had decided one late night that we were going to find the party house. There was supposed to be one specific house number where all the parties were at. Because none of us, I hadn't gotten invited to any parties. I don't know about you guys. But we were like, where are the parties at? So me and Shelby, we're walking along. We're trying to find the party house. We're like, this is our time. We're going to be party girls. Like it's some rom-com. Like, we're going to do it. And we find the house and it's empty. Like, literally no one's even living there. It's quiet. All the lights are off. There were no parties. And we were so confused. So I don't know.
Yeah. I think it was Building 9 is coming to memory for some reason.
That rings a bell.
I just remember us getting there and looking up, and you could see there were huge windows at the top of the complexes, and it completely empty. Like, no, we could see there was no one in there, and we were just, what's happening?
No parties for us.
That the two introverts of the group were like, we're gonna find this party.
Women is really like, we're over it at that point. They're like, I need alcohol.
We need to party.
Definitely lots of ups and downs, yes.
Oh yeah.
Can't wait to tell more about it.
Yes. Please stay tuned for our future episodes, because we will go into much more depth of all of our jobs and our entire college experience with the Disney College program, and we're going to go into more detail. This is just a little taste, a little sampling, if you will, of, of what you can await in store. So yeah. We'll go ahead and wrap up this podcast. Thank you so much for listening. Again, stay tuned for all of our future episodes, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.